Good morning, children. In the last class we learned about certain changes, isn't it? What did we learn? We learned about the physical change of substances. What is physical change? When there is change in the state or shape or size of a matter, that is called as physical change, isn't it? Now today we are going to learn something different. Now here we are going to change. We learned about physical change. Now we are going to learn something else. Now I am taking a little bit of sugar. Little bit of sugar in the spoon, and I am going to heat it. So now here you can see the sugar is melting and the color is changing, isn't it? Can you see the sugar melting here? Can you see its color changing? Have you done this in your homes? Sometimes we will do all these things, isn't it? Why do we do all these things? Heating sugar or browning sugar. This is called as, what is this called? This is called as caramelized sugar, isn't it? To make cakes and pastries, we usually do this. So what has happened to the white sugar? What we took in the spoon, it has changed its color, isn't it? Changed its color and it's become brown color, and this is called as caramelized sugar. The more we heat, again if we go on heating, what will happen? This will turn into cold, isn't it? It will get burned, then we cannot use it. So now we can use it as caramel. Now what will be the taste of the sugar? Will it be sweet anymore? It will not be sweet. It will be a little bit sour taste, isn't it? So now what has happened to the sugar? What is the change that has happened to the sugar? When we gave heat energy to sugar, the sugar melted and its color changed, its state changed, and its taste also changed. Now can we bring back this caramel sugar into white sugar again? We cannot, isn't it? What has happened? It has turned into a new substance. This sugar, which was white in color, has turned into a new substance. We cannot bring it back to its original form from where we started heating it. Such type of a change is called as chemical change. What change is it? It is called as chemical change. So what is chemical change? Absorbing or releasing energy when a substance changes into a new substance. That change is called as a chemical change, and chemical change is always a permanent change because you cannot bring it back to the substance what it was earlier. Now you have seen when the sugar melts what happened, isn't it? Look into this table here. Here you can see when a wax is heated and when the sugar is heated, what happens. Keeping in mind the wax experiment which I showed you during the physical change, complete that table from the idea which you got after seeing the experiment. Now there are few chemical changes which we can see all around us. This is a piece of paper. The day what did we do? I took a piece of paper like this and I cut it into small pieces, isn't it? When I cut it into small pieces, what changes this? This is a physical change, which is because paper is still there. This is paper. It has not changed into a new substance, but the size has changed. But suppose I burn this paper. I am burning this paper. So I am giving again heat energy to this paper. I burned this piece of paper. What happened to this piece of paper? It burned and it changed into ash, isn't it? It changed into ash. You can see here. This ash is a new substance. Can we bring back this ash into this paper again? No. The paper has changed, turned into ash or giving heat, or on burning, isn't it? Giving heat energy, it is changed into ash, and ash is a new substance which is formed here. So this is a chemical change. But when we tear paper into smaller pieces, this is a physical change. When you burn paper, when it turns into ash, this is a chemical change. Like that, I have few more examples here. Master has already shown you. This is magnesium ribbon. I too have a piece of magnesium ribbon here. I am going to heat this magnesium ribbon. See what happens here. So here you saw the magnesium ribbon burning, isn't it? It burns like a sparkler. So after burning, see what I got here. I got little bit ash of the magnesium ribbon, which is white in color. So here when the magnesium ribbon also burned, what happened? It changed into ash. This cannot be brought back into this state. So this is a chemical change. In the same way, there are many changes which are happening in our homes daily, every day. One example for that I can give you is, you can see milk here. I have kept a little bit of milk in this glass. When you heat milk, we know it gets hot and then it cools, isn't it? But milk can be changed into something else. Do you have any idea about it? I have taken a little bit of milk here and I am squeezing lime into it. What will happen to this milk if I squeeze lime into it? You have any idea about it? We will wait and see. Here you can see that the milk is curdling. See, it is already curdled. What's the meaning of curdle? To make it into curds, either it has to get spoiled, isn't it? Or else what does your mother do? If you put a little bit of lime into milk, it becomes curds. Taire, what you say. So this is a chemical change which happens daily in your kitchen, isn't it? Curdling of milk. You cannot bring it back into milk again. See, it is already curdled here. So curdling of milk is a chemical change. Like that, many other changes happens around at home, isn't it? Few examples are already given in your textbook. One of them is rusting of iron. Do you know what is iron? You know what is iron, isn't it? This is a nail. See the color of this nail and see this color of this nail. What has happened to this? This is a new one. What has happened to this? This is rusted. Saw this rust here? What happens to iron if you keep for a long time? Due to heat, the outside atmospheric heat and pressure, what happens to the nail or what happens to the iron nail? It gets rusted. So rusting of nail or rusting of an iron piece is a chemical change. That is why for the window and the door bars and all those things, what do? We put paint for that not to rust, because of the temperature, outside temperature and heat, it gets rusted. So for it not to rust, we put or we color it with paint, enamel paint, so that it does not get rusted. Is it clear? So rusting is a chemical change. In the same way, we have different chemical changes like ripening of mangoes on the tree. You know, there are lots of fruits. When do we eat it? When it becomes ripe. Once a fruit is ripe, can you bring it back to into raw fruit again? No. So ripening of fruit is a chemical change. Another example, daily which happens at home. What is that? Yes, cooking of rice. When you keep a vessel, you boil water and you put rice into it. After that, sometime what do we get? We get boiled rice. So boiled rice is a chemical change. When you put that boiled rice into your mouth and chew for a long time, what happens? It breaks into smaller pieces it mixes with the saliva and you get a sweet taste. That is also a chemical change. So inside our human body and outside also there are a lot of chemical changes which are happening every day. So what is your activity now? You have to find out different types of chemical changes that happens in your kitchen. The day I gave you a task, find out the physical changes that happens inside your kitchen, isn't it? So you have to find out the chemical changes which happens inside your kitchen and find out 5 chemical changes and write it down in your notebook. Now in your text, you have a main chemical change which is given here in this picture. What does this picture here indicates? This shows photosynthesis. So during photosynthesis, what happens there? Yes, we know the light of the sun is absorbed by the plant and it takes in water and minerals from the soil, and with the help of chlorophyll, it converts it into food, isn't it? So during photosynthesis, what happens? You look into the picture, you can see that the plant absorbs sunlight, isn't it? And it takes water and minerals from the soil, and in the presence of chlorophyll, it prepares food for the plant, isn't it? So the sunlight is converted into chemical energy and stored in the plant. Using that chemical energy, the plant prepares food. So it takes in carbon dioxide and it releases oxygen. So all these type of changes during photosynthesis is also a chemical change. So the biggest example for chemical change is photosynthesis. Have another picture also given in the textbook, the last picture in your lesson. What is that? You have learnt in the 5th standard the formation of rain, isn't it? And the same procedure we have seen that day when we were heating ice. So what is the procedure of rain? What happens? The water in the rivers, the oceans, streams, everything gets heated with the light of the sun. The heat of the sun, the water gets heated. It goes up into the sky, it forms clouds, and when the cloud releases that heat energy or cools down, it falls down as rain or snow. So rain is in the normal temperature area. If you go to very colder places or high altitude, that water changes again into snow, isn't it? And it falls down as ice or snow. So this is the procedure. So what is the water cycle? What change is happening there in the water cycle? Think about it and write down a passage in your notebook. And also we have come to the end of the lesson. The last part of the lesson, here you have few letters SS questions are there. All these are very easy. We have already discussed all these things. Please do that in your notebook also. So we have come to the end of the lesson. So once again we will have a review of the lesson. What are the things we learned? We learned the different types of energy, isn't it? Which are the different forms of energy? Light energy, heat energy, sound energy, mechanical energy, electrical energy are the ones we learned in this lesson, and chemical energy also. Then what did we learn? We learned through different devices how one type of energy can be transformed into another. Then we learned about what is physical change and what is chemical change. So physical change is not a permanent change, but chemical change is a permanent change. We cannot bring back the substance into its original form. Please write all these answers in your notebook. One more activity I will give you. Children, you have seen kerosene, isn't it? You know what is kerosene, you have it at home. Now take a little bit of kerosene and what is this? It's a piece of thermocol. Take a small bit of thermocol, put it into the kerosene and keep it for some time and observe what happens. Don't burn it. You just take a little bit of kerosene, put it in a glass or a tumbler, put a piece of thermocol if you have, wait for some time, see what happens and write down the recordings in your notebook. This is an experiment for you and find out what type of change it is, whether it is a physical change or whether it is a chemical change. This is an experiment for you to do. Write it down in your notebook. Thank you.